Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at people's thoughts of you when you walk into the room. Please be aware that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. We have 3 piles to choose from today. So for pile number 1, we have Rose Quartz. For pile number 2, we have Green Aventurine. And for pile number 3, we have Blue Lace Agate. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is standing out to you the most, and that will be your pile for today. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number ones. If you chose this rose quartz crystal, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at people's thoughts of you when you walk into the room. Please be aware that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before we get started, I'd just like to announce I am available for personal readings this month, but I'm almost fully booked, so if you'd like to book with me, you can find my email address in the description box below. It is 1:11 on the clock as we're about to start, so quite interesting. Let's see what cards we get. We're going to start out with some oracle cards, then after that we're going to get some tarot, then after that we're going to get some more oracle cards. So let's see. Spirit guides of pile number 1s. Spirit guides of pile number 1s. People's thoughts of them when they walk into the room. So we have look to the stars. And we have massage. Okay, so I'm just reading these intuitively, not just based off the words. But I'm getting here with your pile. There is something about you being a breath of fresh air to others. There's something about you having a sense of uniqueness to you in the way that you are. And that's what people think when you walk into the room. There's something about this pile not necessarily conforming to what people think you should be like. You have many layers to you. You're not somebody that can be put in a box. And that's kind of the overall vibe people get from you when you walk into the room. There's also this energy of you seeming very fun. Since we have dance at the back of the deck, maybe you seem to be like somebody that's the life of the party. However, I also do feel a sense of overall heartbreak and pain this pile has been through, where maybe you have been healing your heart. I feel that in the heart chakra area as I'm in the energy of your pile. So people may kind of subconsciously pick up on the energy of this kind of vibe, like you've been through some things in life, you've been through some hurt and pain, but you are currently trying to heal your heart. People may just get that vibe from you, and like this very playful, free-spirited vibe. Again, like non-conforming to society. You're in your own little world, your own little bubble. You're not like anybody has ever met. I'm really getting that energy. This pile may be very spiritual, very mystical. Some of you may even be into astrology, and people may even try to guess your zodiac sign. You know, when they look at you when you walk into the room, because I'm really drawn to the zodiac signs here. You may be that person that asks people what their zodiac sign is. Remember, this is a general reading, so just take what resonates, leave the rest. If you do have any sort of tattoos, people could notice that. People could also notice your hands when you walk into the room. So maybe your hands are really pretty or really attractive or handsome. Maybe the nails you have for the woman here look very good. I'm also getting an energy here of like always having something in my hand, like a phone or like a drink or something about something's always in my hand. And I'm also getting this vibe where people kind of think you give off this creative vibe in the way that you look. You also seem really relaxed when you walk into the room with massage here, but there may also be this energy from this pile where people kind of get the vibe from you sometimes that you're tired and you need a little bit of stress relief because you work very hard. So sometimes you need a little bit of self-care, a little bit of stress relief, a little bit of fun to kind of just loosen up a little bit, you know? There's this vibe with this pile where it's like you can put in a messy bun for the woman here and still look put together. There's something about this pile having a natural beauty. I'm seeing something about people thinking you look very clean, neat, and tidy and put together most of the time. Even if, let's just say, you're a woman and you have a messy bun or you don't wear that much makeup. Because I'm really picking up on a natural beauty with this pile. And even if you get glammed up for the woman watching, there's still a sense of natural beauty here. But then there's also some times where, like, let's say you're coming from work or school or anything of the sorts. And when I say walk into the room, this can be anywhere at all, even in public. Sometimes you look like you've had a long day, and that you need some stress relief. There's something about starry eyes. I heard that when I look at the stars. So there's this kind of vibe that you give off, like where your eyes have a sparkle in it, a starriness in it. Very cute. And I'm really drawn to looking at the shooting star here, and it reminds me of wishing on a star. You seem like a person, just based off the vibe and based off your overall look. People think you seem like a person that believes that wishes can come true, that believes in the magic of the universe. Okay, and I'm getting with the different moon phases here. You could show up differently based off the way you're feeling, based off kind of like the day you had. So it's kind of like every time you show up differently, where it's not always the same. So it's like, I don't know if this pile resonates with having different sides to your personality, different polarity to you, like a multidimensionality where you have different sides to your personality, where you can be like a walking contradiction. And sometimes people don't get it because it's like, today you're like this, and next day you're like this, but it's not necessarily bad. It's just like you have different sides to you that you show. And then they wonder, like, which one's the real you? I don't really know what that's about, but I'm getting that energy. Okay, let's go ahead and get your tarot cards now. There is something about people noticing your height in some way, because I'm seeing some people watching this pile where you could be quite tall, no matter your gender, or something about the height. Even if you're not tall, something about people noticing your height and maybe the height difference you have with them. So in the last month, only 41% of my viewers have subscribed to my channel. So if you enjoy this video so far, and if you would like to stay up to date with what I post daily, hit the subscribe button to not miss out. Thank you to everybody that supports my channel. I'm so grateful for you, and I'm sending you so much love and gratitude. And I hope you're enjoying your day. So I feel this card needs to come out, the Two of Swords. Okay, Spirit Guides of pile number ones. People's thoughts when they walk into the room. The King of Swords. So I'm hearing that song, everybody's watching her, but she's looking at you. So there's this feeling of like when you walk into the room, all eyes are on you, but you may have your focus on someone or something. Or yourself. I don't know. There's something about you having your focus on someone, something, and everybody's eyes are on you, but maybe you're not noticing it. The Five of Wands. Mm. There's this feeling of like, sometimes you seem a little bit tense with the Five of Wands, and it's like, okay, I see you maybe making a decision to go out today because, maybe you've had a tense week and it's a Friday night and you just want to go out with your friends and have fun. I'm seeing a vibe like that where people get that vibe from you, Ace of Wands, but it's not always, just sometimes. Let me just put this here. And the Queen of Swords. So, Queen of Swords, King of Swords, could there be a special someone in your life that you walk into the room with? It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It can even be a best friend that seems very similar to you in ways where it's like you two just click and vibe, where it's almost like this soulmate kind of dynamic, because I'm seeing euphoria when Maddie says to Cassie, "Bitch, you're my soulmate." So this can even be platonic, but it's like there's someone you walk into the room with for some of you, where it's like you and this person are inseparable. You're two peas in a pod. You're not going to go to this place without this person. So I'm seeing an energy like that for some of you. There's something about this pile where it's like, I can be this or that, and you never know what side of me to expect. So this doesn't necessarily just have to do with your personality, but I'm even seeing a vibe like, okay, today I'm going to dress really casually, but then tomorrow I'm going to get all glammed up. Like, I can do both. I'm seeing an energy like that for this pile. People notice that you're very sexy. There's a lot of sensual attraction with this pile with the Ace of Wands. I'm really getting that. And a lot of people's eyes are on you when you walk into the room. And sometimes you don't even notice. Sometimes they try to look at you without showing that they're looking at you. And I feel this vibe where sometimes people notice you're very attractive, and there is a jealousy here from some people with the Five of Wands. But it's because the focus and attention is now off them and on you. So I'm getting with this pile, sometimes you can show up in a way that is like almost like more casual. And then sometimes you show up where it's just like, wow, in terms of the way you look, very extravagant. So again, it's like I can be this and that, or something about change of aesthetics. Like some of you change up your aesthetic or change up your hairstyle or the way you look constantly. Like I'm even seeing something about dyeing your hair different colors. So yeah, I feel like this pile has many different sides, facets to you, and people sometimes feel like they don't fully understand all the all these sides of you until they would get to know you better on a deeper level, and then they want to get to know you better on a deeper level and kind of like understand you, understand who it is you are, pick your brain. There's something about you giving off this vibe of prettiness, attractiveness, yet being smart at the same time, being very intelligent at the same time. People maybe notice that you're very outspoken, or they notice the way your voice sounds, and they really like the way your voice sounds. And there's something about people wanting to converse with you, have conversations with you, really understand you on a deeper level and pick your mind. There could be a lot of air sign energy within this pile. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There's something about like everybody wanting to speak to you, but then them noticing you're speaking to somebody else, so then they make a mental note like, I'll go to pile number one when they're done speaking to that person. So people may even like kind of perceive you as a little bit popular, like when you're going to events or situations with people you know, where everybody like wants to speak to you, get a piece of you. I love that. There's something about some of you seeming a little bit distracted at times. I don't know if some of you have ADHD, because I'm feeling that energy of like distraction, because I'm like that with my ADHD. So I don't know if some of you resonate with that, but again, I'm not a medical professional. I can't diagnose anyone. I just know what that feels like. Okay, anyways, let's get some more cards for you. I feel like getting more oracle cards. There's this feeling of you seeming like you have a lot of things you're passionate about, and it's kind of like people want to get to know what your hobbies are. Because again, like you give off this vibe of creativity, or like you have a lot of different hobbies. And it's like people almost see you as like a lot of people like you or admire you or want to be around you, whether you see that yourself or not. They kind of get that vibe of a little bit of popularity from you, but not that you're seeking it. Because I feel like with you, you're not necessarily seeking attention or seeking validation from others. I kind of feel like you move to the beat of your own drum. Even if sometimes you like validation or compliments from others, you're not necessarily desperate for it. So that is what people kind of sense from your energy, and those are the thoughts they have. There's something about like wondering sometimes, even strangers will see you in public when you walk into that place, and wondering, like, if I made the choice to go and speak to pile number one, would they reject me? Would they ignore me? How would they be like with me? What would their demeanor be like? Their body language? Would they be like wanting to speak to me, open to speaking to me, or like do they just not want to? So I'm seeing something like that where sometimes people ponder, if I say this to this person, what will they say? How will they take it? There's something about this pile being so attractive where sometimes people don't really know what to expect from you, especially strangers, like from your personality. They don't know if you would be rude to them or not. Okay, so I don't know why this is, but I've heard this before. I don't know what to like take from it, but I've even heard this before with myself where people will say like, I thought you were mean before I got to know you, or I thought because you're so attractive, you would be like entitled or snobbish or like, that type of energy. I don't know why people make assumptions about attractive people like that, but I'm seeing a message like that. Okay, let's get some more cards. Spirit guides of pile number ones. I'm seeing something about overcoming a lot of challenges, getting through a lot of hurdles, climbing the mountain to your success. I don't know why mountains are showing through, but they're showing climbing a mountain where it's like very hard. So maybe you're somebody that likes a challenge or can take a challenge, and you don't really seem like somebody that is superficial or somebody that, what is the word, that is in competition with others. You're moving like in your own lane and not necessarily focusing on others, but focusing on you and your own progress. But it's like you've had a lot of hurdles to overcome. I'm seeing something of like, when a person says you can't climb that mountain, but you go and climb it anyways. I'm seeing something like that, proving people wrong. But that would be people that more so know you. So, spirit guides of pile number one, what people think of them when they walk into the room. So we have the movie star. There's something about you giving off this quite glamorous vibe within the way that you look, within the way that you're dressed. Again, there's this feeling of like, some days I'm like this, some days I'm more casual. There's something about people noticing your beautiful smile. Also, the way she's posed makes me think of taking pictures. So I don't know if a lot of you like to take pictures when you go to different places, or if people just notice the pictures you take on social media and like notice the way you look and kind of see that star quality or glamour you give off. I hear that you're very radiant. Look at the spotlight here. I was talking about this, so it's kind of like you're in the spotlight, but you're not really asking to be. And I think because you're not necessarily looking for that attention, it naturally comes to you. I hope that makes sense, but that's what I'm seeing. Again, I'm seeing tattoos because I'm really noticing this here on her foot that looks like a tattoo, and like people really complimenting the way that you look, the way that you're dressed, your smile, because she's smiling here and here. Then we have the rebel. So it's like you seem like somebody, I get that strong Aquarius energy from this pile, like uniqueness, rebelling against society, not really being an ordinary person. Like you're very different and unique, but in the best possible way, where it's like you're not conforming to what society thinks you should be. You're rebelling against that, coloring outside of the lines, thinking outside of the box. You could even be very innovative. But again, since she's wearing what looks like almost like lingerie here, again, there's like a sexiness you exude where people may even be fantasizing about you. Then we have the showstopper. We have 3 different cards with the same meaning. So this is just confirmation for you, pile number 1. I'm not making this up. And then we have the forest fairy. I was picking up on that more mystical energy earlier, like fairy-like energy, but I didn't know if I should say it. But now it's coming up, so I feel like people may think you look a little bit fairy-like or a little bit more mystical. Maybe some of you are more petite or small in terms of your body type. I know that I mentioned tall people earlier, but again, this is a general reading, so many of you are watching. So maybe some of you are shorter or more petite, or you just give off like a fairy vibe. Maybe you're a little bit more playful, mischievous in the best possible way, like giggly, light-hearted, kind of like in your own little world. That's what I get from this pile. So I think this is where I'm going to leave your reading pile number 1. This is people's thoughts of you when you walk into the room. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pile number 2s. If you chose this green Aventurine crystal, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at people's thoughts of you when you walk into the room. Please be aware that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before I get started with your reading, I'd also like to announce I'm almost fully booked for personal readings this month, so if you'd like to book with me, you can find my email address in the description box below. So what I feel from your pile immediately, it says burning bowl ritual, and it says to let go, and she's about to throw it in the fire to release everything she wants to let go of. There has been this change in your demeanor recently, where you've been letting go of a lot that does not serve you. And people can see this kind of vibe coming from you, where you seem very free and liberated from what may have used to bother you. And you seem very free and liberated from things that would bother them. So you seem very unbothered. You seem very much like, I don't really care what other people think of me. I don't really care if people judge me. You seem to be increasing your confidence within yourself day by day, your belief within yourself day by day, where you don't really care about the opinions or perception of others. And if you're watching this reading, you're probably just watching it for entertainment, not because you necessarily care about what they think. Just for fun, just for, like, I want to say shits and giggles. I don't know why I'm saying that, but maybe some of you say that a lot. But I'm kind of getting this vibe from you, like when you walk into the room, you seem unbothered, you seem unfazed. If people are gonna judge you, if people are gonna say things about you, you don't really give a F. You're just being you, and there's this kind of quiet confidence you show up in the world with, that people are currently noticing. So, spirit guides of pile number 1s. Spirit guides of pile number 1s. What people think of them when they walk into the room. What are people's thoughts of them when they walk into the room? So we have rest. And we have connect with fire in the reverse. So I'm kind of just reading these cards based off intuition, not just based off the words, but Yeah, I'm getting with this pile, you're very graceful. There is something about the way you walk into the room that gives off this kind of like swan like energy. I'm seeing that clairvoyantly, like a very graceful energy. You know, when you're walking in the room, I feel like this pile doesn't necessarily rush. Do you know what I'm almost imagining when I look into your energy? Like the way people are viewing you when you're walking to the room is like, you know, when the queen walks in the room, or like someone from any kind of royal family, and they're doing this with their hand. I don't know if you can see on camera, but it's like they're walking in slowly, gracefully, with poise and elegance. And it's like they're not rushing their movements. They're taken in each experience, being very grounded throughout it, present throughout it, being comfortable with being seen. So it's kind of like you give off that vibe when you walk into the room. There is a strong fiery vibe with this pile. It's weird because it's not weird, but it's like it's weird because you have like this fiery side to you that is quite, I want to say sexy, but feisty at the same time and sassy at the same time. Yet you also have another side to you that is quite elegant and poised, especially for the woman here. But you can even resonate with this as a man, like you could be very classy in a way. Like there's this, I don't know if I'm picking up on a mix of fire and earth placements, but there's this vibe of you being extremely grounded when you walk into the room, yet confident in yourself at the same time, but it's like this quiet confidence. And you seem very sure of yourself, is what I'm hearing. With rest, there is something about you seeming well rested. Maybe some of you have sleepy eyes that are quite cute. This is a general reading, so only take what resonates. Maybe some of you seem like a little bit tired, like you want to rest. I'm getting a vibe from some of you, like let's say you go to a social event or place, and it's like you say to the other person you're with, we're only going to be here for 2 hours and then we're going home, going in bed. So I get some of you maybe give off this vibe of like, I'm a little bit introverted, like I have my social battery, I'll be here for a few hours and then I'm making my exit and going home to my bed. So I'm getting that vibe from some of you. Some of you are big dreamers, big risk takers. You know, like you have big goals and dreams for this lifetime. Some of you have like this very dreamy, captivating look to you, more like ethereal look to you. And a lot of you with the fire energy are seen as quite hot when you walk into the room. Like, I'm clairvoyantly seeing somebody fan themselves, so people feel quite attracted to you when you walk into the room. Okay, let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards. If you enjoy this reading so far and you would like to stay up to date with what I post daily, hit the subscribe button to not miss out. Thank you to everybody that supports my channel. I'm so grateful for you, and I hope you're enjoying this reading. So I'm going to shuffle your tarot cards now. So Spirit Guides of pile number 2s. Spirit Guides of pile number 2s. May I please look into people's thoughts of pile number 2 when they walk into the room? We have the Four of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so I'm getting this vibe where people think you seem hard to impress. Like the things they think will impress you usually don't. So I feel like people often notice with you, you're not really impressed by superficialities of life. It's hard to impress you. It's hard to get you to blink your eyes and be shocked at something. I don't know why I'm getting that, but I am. But also with the Four of Cups reverse, I feel like sometimes people think you look a little bit bored. But that's only if, like, Okay, let's say you go to an event, for example, and it's very dry. And of course, you are bored. And you, like, people can see you're bored by the look on your face. And it's like, let's go somewhere else. This is dry. So I'm getting that vibe of like, maybe people can see the expressions on your face quite easily. Like, if you're feeling any sort of type of emotion, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling tired, bored, I feel like people can just tell by the way your face looks. So something about that. 3 of Wands reversed. I heard positive outlook on life. People think you have like this more positive outlook on life. We have Temperance. We have the Devil. So I heard that you kind of have like this sorceress energy. And what I mean by that is you're not necessarily literally putting people under your spell, but it's like you have this kind of hypnotizing energy with the way you walk, the way you talk. It's very hypnotizing, and people tend to get very obsessed with you. And there's this feeling of like you staying on people's minds even after you've left. Even after like 3 days have passed, you're still stuck on their mind. And even if they don't really know you that well, it's like, I'm seeing that. You just stay stuck on their mind for a long time. We have the Magician next. I heard flowy. Some of you like to dress in a more flowy way. Like your clothes kind of have a flow to it, or your hair. And some of you, I'm getting this vibe from you where I keep getting this strong vibe of like having two sides to you. One side of you that is extremely like elegant and classy, and then another side of you that, or maybe I'm picking up on two different energies within this pile, like different people watching this pile, where it's like very feisty and fiery, and it's like, so it's like based on the way you treat me will be the side of me you'll get. But also, I feel like when you're comfortable enough around people to let out those sides of you that you wouldn't normally show everybody, then they see the deeper sides of you, and then they feel like, okay, I feel like I'm special to pile number 2 because I know they don't usually show the side of them to everybody. So I know they really trust me. Because, like, you give off this vibe of mystery when you walk into the room. That's what people think. Like, they can't figure you out. They're trying to get you, understand you, but they can't figure you out. Some of you have Gemini energy, or Virgo energy too. Some of you walk into the room wearing pearls. Specific message for somebody here. And there's this energy within you where people see that you're not wanting to make yourself small for others. You want to stand out. Like, you're not wanting to be afraid of being seen or judged by people. You want to stand out. You want to be seen. You want to be as confident in yourself as possible so that nobody can break you down. That sense of self-worth you have overall. It's like, maybe in the past, people could see you had a little bit of that fiery side to you, but maybe you tried to contain it, not let it out. So Spirit is showing me, you know how in Frozen, Elsa has that power of, turning things to ice. But it can be a gift that feels a little bit uncontrollable to her and scary to use. So for you, one of your gifts is being able to have that fiery, passionate side of you, creative side of you. Some of you are very creative, or like have that master manifestation ability. Some of you have like a witchy vibe where it's like maybe you've done magic in past lives, or you just know how to attract things to you and create things in your own reality. Not necessarily magic, but manifesting your desires to you, right? honing in on those desires, but you also have like this very powerful life force energy within you, within your emotions, within your anger, where sometimes if it's uncontrollable, you feel like you don't want to let it out. So maybe you have restricted those sides of yourself in the past. And now it's like, I just want to let those sides of me free without restricting it. So if somebody gets on my nerve, like, I want to be a bitch back to. I don't know why I'm getting that energy from you. Like, it's like, I'm not gonna be nice to a person that is mean to me. So then they're gonna get that feisty side of me. I don't know why I'm picking up on that energy, but I am. So again, it's like people kind of get this vibe from you when you walk into the room. Like, I will be sweet, but if you treat me a certain way, then I can also be sour. Two can play that game. So I'm getting that vibe from you where it's like you have two sides to you. And maybe I'm picking up on your light and shadow because usually in the Rider-Waite Tarot, the Temperance card has angel wings in it, and then the devil can represent our shadow self. So maybe I'm picking up on the light and shadow aspects of you that people kind of subconsciously feel from your energy. There is a vibe with you of spontaneity, like maybe you're not much of a planner. Like you spontaneously make plans and go somewhere with people. I'm even hearing for some of you fashionably late. Love that. People definitely notice the clothes you wear. They're really impressed by the clothes you wear. It's like people are impressed by you, but you're hard to impress. I feel like people see you as very fun, outgoing, with a vibrant personality that is quite exciting, dynamic. But at the same time, like you have this very healing energy and at the same time, very grounding energy. It's like you're all these things at once, all these amazing things at once. I don't know how to put my finger on it. It's like I keep feeling that Gemini energy of like having different sides to me. Okay, let's get your other oracle cards. So, people's thoughts of pile number 2 when they walk into the room. We have the badass. This is the energy I was speaking about. Like this badass vibe. I'm hearing like I don't take any BS from anybody. Very sexy vibe, powerful vibe. We have the visionary. This is what I was speaking about when I said you have big dreams, goals, things you want to achieve in this lifetime. People definitely notice that energy from you. And it could even show up in the way you dress, for example. Let's say you dress in a very creative, unique, innovative way. We have the fashionista here. So yeah, people definitely want to compliment your style, notice your style, think your style's really good, or maybe even they want to take inspiration from it. And they see your vision, they see why you put those two pieces of clothing together or those accessories with that outfit. It's like I'm really getting that vibe where people look at your outfit and they're like, they're smart. I see why they did that. We have Blue Jean Queen. So we see lots of outfits here. That is something that is definitely emphasized within your reading. Then we have the cusp. The cusp can mean like, okay, I'm this and that at the same time. So this is confirmation of what I said before, where it's like you have two sides to your personality where people can't necessarily figure you out and they're trying to figure out which is the real side, but both of them are real. You may resonate with pile 1 if you were drawn. Pile 1 had a very similar energy where they had different sides to them, multidimensional, but it was a completely different reading. So if you're drawn to that, you can also watch that. There's a lot of fantasies people have about you too. And people always wonder, like, if you've always been this attractive. So, like, they wonder, if you were always attractive or if you had a glow up in your life, or if you just always been somebody very attractive. So people definitely notice your attractiveness. There's more so like a sexiness with this pile, spiciness, like femme fatale vibes, okay? But not just for the women here. There could be men here that are also very sexy. Non-binary too. So I think this is where I'm going to leave your reading, pile number 2. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Hi there, my pile number 3s. If you chose this blue lace agate crystal, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at people's thoughts of you when you walk into the room. Please be aware that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before we get started, I'd just like to announce I am available for personal readings at the moment, but I'm almost fully booked, so if you'd like to book with me, you can find my email address in the description box below. So your card is health check. Specific message for somebody, not everybody here. Some of you could be doctors, and let's say you go to a place and you're still wearing your work clothes, or even if you're not a doctor, if you go to a place and you're wearing your work clothes, people could notice that. Like, notice the kind of profession you're in, or wonder what kind of profession you work in. Some of you don't have to be doctors, but you could be a healer in some way. You could be using certain gifts or talents to be in service of others, to help others in some way. So I'm seeing something along those lines. But I'm also seeing something, a separate message for everybody here, or those that will resonate with this, of like something about healing or focusing on my mental health, my emotional health, or my physical health, or spiritual health. So maybe some of you have been recently focusing a lot on eating healthier, gymming, exercising, moving your physical body, and maybe people are noticing the changes within you. This would be people that know you, or like just noticing you look very good lately, you look very healthy, glowy lately. Whereas for others of you, maybe it's not for your physical health, but emotional, mental, spiritual health, where it seems like you're glowing from the inside out. There's something about people noticing your vibe and feeling like you have this very pure aura and vibe to you, and that's one of their thoughts. So spirit guides of pile number 3s, or some of you could just have a very healing energy. Spirit guides of pile number 3s. What are people's thoughts when they walk into the room? What are people's thoughts of them? So we have family in the reverse. And we have ground yourself in the reverse. Okay, so the vibe I'm getting from this pile is you could be very spiritual. You could be into something about self-healing, healing modalities. You could also, there's this vibe you give off, maybe not from you telling people, but this vibe you give off of like, I'm trying to find my own independence and stand on my own 2 feet, find my own sense of stability on my own. Some of you give off like this vibe where maybe you came from a family that was a broken family, and maybe you're healing your heart from this. And maybe some of you are breaking generational cycles. I don't know why this is coming up in what people think, but maybe they just get that sort of vibe from you that, okay, if you decide to have children of your own, you're going to treat them much differently than how your parents would have treated you. Or some of you have, or give off this vibe of like, I don't want to have family in this lifetime. Either I don't want to bring kids into this world, or I'd rather focus on myself, focus on my career, rather than focusing on family. Some of you have this type of vibe you give off where it's like, I don't really want children, but I have pets that I consider my kids, or I have people around me that are true friends that feel like soul family. Some of you just don't want children in this lifetime, and people kind of notice that. Or people wonder if you want children or not. So with ground yourself being in the reverse, I do sense that this pile has the starseed energy. You're not from Earth. And this is probably not the first time you've heard this. You probably already know this. But maybe you have felt a little bit out of place on Earth. You've maybe felt a little bit misunderstood on Earth. Maybe sometimes you don't quite understand why things are the way they are here. And maybe you have felt like, okay, I've even tried to ground, find a sense of belonging on this earth, but sometimes I just feel out of place. And people could notice that, not in a way of judging you, but I feel like the people that would notice you feel that way may feel that way too. So it's like, I see you because I felt the same way, and I almost want to hug you. So these could be people that feel like the strong, deep connection to you, like you're part of their soul family, soul tribe. I didn't expect messages like this in this pile, because we're doing what people think when you walk into the room, but this is like very deep. So it's either people are connecting very deeply to you and your vibe. Maybe you are somebody that loves to have deep conversations with people, not just like surface level things. Or you just seem like a very deep person, not like a surface level person. There's something about your voice people notice, where they think your voice is very melodic. There's something about this pile having that strong connection to source, to, I'm hearing ancient Egypt, ancient, I don't know, Maya, somewhere there. A lot of ancient wisdom and knowledge where you just know things, but not from research, just from your soul's knowledge. And again, people that would notice these things within you would also be very deep people. Yeah, so let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards. Maybe some of you wear crystal necklaces. I feel like a lot of people in this pile have brown hair, brunette hair, or very dark hair. People notice your hair and really like the way your hair looks. Also, something about lipsticks for the women here. Okay, so let's now see what tarot cards you have. So in the last month, only 41% of my viewers have subscribed to my channel. So if you enjoyed this video so far, and if you would like to stay up to date with what I post daily, hit the subscribe button to not miss out. Thank you to everybody that supports my channel. I'm so grateful for you, and I hope you're enjoying this reading so far. So let's see what else you have. I also feel like with that grounding message, I know it's not part of the reading, I don't want to go too off topic, but there's something about if you felt like you don't find that sense of grounding with the earth, then maybe finding other methods. Connecting back to your starseed roots, if you believe in that, of course. I'm hearing spiritual baddie, spiritual hottie. Yeah, I'm hearing that, okay. You seem very in touch with your heart. You seem like a very loving person. Look at the heart here and the heart here. But maybe you haven't always received that from others. So maybe now you're putting it within. And I guess the people that are deep enough to look at you and truly get you, truly see you, not just maybe based off the way you look, but truly see you, your energy. Those are the people I'm picking up on that notice these things. So, people's thoughts of pile number 3 when they walk into the room. Some of you like to wear crystal necklaces, definitely. The Chariot. And look at the Egyptian pyramids here. Some of you definitely have this connection to Egypt. and the sun. I'm also getting with this pile, you feel like sunshine in human form, where it's like you bring sort of like rainbow sunshine everywhere you go, but maybe you felt like you didn't really get that from others. You give me like this cheerleader energy, like you're always trying to make other people feel comfortable and at ease and, bring happiness and joy everywhere you go, but maybe others haven't done the same for you. King of Pentacles reversed. I'm also getting this vibe from you, the King of Pentacles reversed, for the women here. Or those that want like children, but it's like you don't want to have children with the wrong person. Because I know you can also adopt children, of course, but it's like I see a lot of you thinking, I don't want to have a child with the wrong person. I don't want to, for example, for the woman here, like, I don't want to be with a guy that is going to put trauma on my kid with the tower. Maybe people notice that about you, like, where it's like, I'm waiting for the right person before I decide to have a family because I don't want the wrong person putting trauma on my child. Because I've been through that and I know how it feels and how much time it takes to heal from that pain. So I wouldn't want to put that on another life I've created. So I'm seeing something like that. We have the Six of Cups and the Moon. There is a lot of Cancer energy showing up with the Moon and the Chariot. A lot of you could have like this Cancerian-like energy or water sign energy. And even with King of Pentacles reverse, this is giving this vibe like you're not from Earth. You're not from here. You're very mystical and magical and like out of this world. I'm getting that vibe from this pile. The High Priestess is also popping out of the tarot deck. So this pile is very intuitive along with the Moon. There's something about this pile giving off the sense of mystique that is quite sexy. Like your mystery is quite sexy and intriguing, where people kind of like just get drawn in and almost like want to get to know your depths, want to see you fully, unveil you, see the hidden aspects of you. Maybe that's why people read deeply into you. Because of your mystery, where they almost like analyze you, try to almost like pick your brain, your psyche. Maybe you say something and they analyze your sentence so hard where it's like, what made them the way that they are? So I feel like you have people around you that are quite analytical, observers that try to like get to know the deeper sides of you, not just the surface. And even with the pyramids here, I'm getting this message metaphorically, like you imagine yourself as this pyramid, and each day through life, people only notice the outer part of us, maybe our physical body. But who really takes the time to see what's inside the pyramid? So I'm getting that overall vibe from you. Six of Cups here makes me feel as though some people may have romantic feelings for you, but keep it hidden. Some people may even feel like this deep, strong connection to you where you seem very familiar in some way, and maybe you've had some kind of past life connection to certain people where they notice you when you walk into the room and there's this intense familiarity. And that's what I felt originally with the family card in reverse, but I didn't say it because I wasn't sure. But now Six of Cups confirms what my intuition told me. Also, something here about marriage material, wifey material, hubby material. I'm getting that. People may have certain secret feelings for you or hidden feelings, hidden thoughts. I'd say you more so bring out feelings in people than thoughts. Yeah, some people may even have like a romantic feeling towards you, but then not know why they feel that way and then try to hide it from you. But I feel like you can intuitively sense when people are crushing on you or are attracted to you in any sort of way. You can see the vibe, even if they try to hide it. You give off this vibe of like when people look into your eyes, like you see right through them. Yeah, there's a lot of dark haired beauties in this pile. I heard dark haired beauties now. But I feel like what people notice is it's not just the physical outer appearance that's beautiful, the inside is beautiful too. Your heart is beautiful too. People notice that, although you've been through a lot in life, you've also overcome a lot in your past. And it's kind of like they sense this vibe from you that you're healing from something where maybe you felt like your life was falling apart or you were falling apart. But that was only the beginning where you were pulling yourself back up. Some of you may even feel like your life has only just started ever since you started healing and transforming yourself, evolving as a person, understanding yourself deeper. There's also this regal vibe you give off. I think that came up in another pile. I'm not sure which one. Let's go ahead and get some more oracle cards. However, I feel like the oracle cards I used in pile 1 and 2 doesn't really match up to this pile's energy, so I'm going to I'm going to use another oracle deck. So I'm getting the message from some of you, like, some of you don't speak about your healing journey, but people just sense that. And some of you have like Mercury in a water sign, or your moon sign in a water sign, or something about water sign energy showing up quite strongly. And maybe some of you have a lot of earth sign people around you that are like quite analytical, especially Virgo energy or Gemini. I know Gemini is not an earth sign, but I'm picking up on mercurial energy where it's like they're very analytical of you, trying to pick your brain, somebody in your life. Either an earth sign, especially Virgo, or a Gemini in your life. Maybe even air signs. And a lot of people feel like they've known you before. Because as I picked up this deck, I saw the South Node was popping out as I split the deck. And this is about past life energy. So again, like same message, but different. I mean, we have the Six of Cups here. I felt that energy there. And then we have the South Node. That's very uncanny. That we have like the same message showing up 3 times. So let's see what your lost cards are. So Spirit Guides of pile number 3s. People's thoughts of pile 3 when they walk into the room. So we have fluorite with Asturian and introspection. It seems like you're putting your focus within. You're putting your focus on you, finding yourself. Maybe in the past you used to put your focus on other people, but now you've put your focus within. And as you put your focus within, that energy is magnetic. I don't know if you've ever watched, I think her name's Vibin with Cece on Instagram, but she made a reel on Instagram where she spoke about, when you go out and you first think of like, oh, what are people thinking of me? Or is this person gonna like me? Or, you're thinking of the other people so much that you're pouring your energy into them that you're giving your power away. But it's like when you focus on you, all your energy is within you and not leaking out to other places. And so you're in your power, you're magnetic, you're not necessarily chasing after others, but attracting others to you. So I feel like ever since you made that shift or change, people have been very magnetized to you because you're putting your focus with Also, this point makes me think of the green aventurine crystal I used in pile 2. Very similar. I don't know if you can see that, but I don't know if some of you were drawn to pile 2. We have red jasper with Etamine star and conviction. And we have opal with north node and expansion. So people sense that you have a big purpose within this lifetime, especially if you resonated with my beginning message of being in service to others. Maybe this is something you've done in multiple past lives. Some of you even use your voice or self-expression to share, like maybe intuitive knowledge or to share healing, or some of your gifts or talents with others. I'm seeing something about that. I'm even seeing some that maybe work with children, work with families, just being in service to others, helping others on earth. And you're truly going to expand a lot in this lifetime because you've already expanded and grown a lot already. Like the person you are today, you've grown a lot. You're not the person you used to be in the past. You've clearly gone outside of your comfort zone and transformed, and people are noticing that, especially people that know you when you walk into the room, like people that have seen you before. They can see you're not the same person you used to be. And they wonder like how you're going to expand further. It's very exciting to see. You seem a lot more focused on the things that are important to you rather than things that just don't bring you peace, that disrupt your peace. So it's like you've learned where to put your focus on. So for me recently, I'll be a little bit honest, like I've been trying to not focus too much on negative things recently because sometimes I notice myself where maybe I have like a negative thought and then I will go down that spiral for 2 hours and worry about that negative thought, or be so focused on it that I've just ruined my whole mood now because I've put my focus on something that does not bring me peace. So I don't know like if some of you have been recently doing that, but I'm seeing a message of that, like where I'm putting my focus on things that are important to me, putting my focus on things that are going to add to my life, not things that are a waste of time. You know, things that are stupid to even think about. So, for example, like worries, fears, or things that just don't bring you happiness at the end of the day, like grudges, anger, anything like that. So I'm seeing something like that, but it's not like I'm repressing my emotions. It's more so like, okay, I've already thought about this for 3 days now. I'm gonna let this go, that type of vibe. So I think this is all I have for you, pile 3. These are people's thoughts of you when you walk into the room. I feel like your pile was very deep, where maybe people sometimes, maybe even subconsciously, pick up on your energy with the moon. Especially if they're a person that's very intuitive or they have that gift and don't realize. And, we all can tap into intuition as human beings. You don't necessarily have to be a psychic. We all can connect to that source energy because we're all made from the same place. And so maybe some people are just tapping into you much deeper because maybe you're more of a deeper person. So this is what I have for you. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.